Hi Capricorn, this is going to be your reading for the end of November, moving into the expansive season of Sagittarius. It's good for any placement of Capricorn in your natal chart. As always, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everyone that watches. You can check your other placements if this doesn't hit it for you, Capricorn. You can find your messages there instead, or in addition to this message about different parts of your life. If you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my website is down in the description below this video. If you're new, this is Soma Chandra Tarot. Please subscribe and hit that bell so you know when I read for your sign. Right now it's Soma Chandra Capricorn, my favorite earth sign. Hi Cap, how are you? I hope you're doing well. All right, let's get into it. I can definitely see overall, Capricorn, that it's really important for you moving into Sagittarius season to be really honest with yourself about your emotions and your needs. Communication may be a bit of a struggle. You are healing from something, it would seem. I see that there is a bit of a transition happening for you. Some of you may be struggling to open up a little bit. And I just feel like it's going to be a time where I feel like the overall advice, based on what I see, everything here, if I put all the oracle and the tarot together, is be honest with yourself about your feelings. Try to open up and communicate your deep needs and your sensitive emotions to the people around you that matter to you the most, and to not dwell on the past, because Spirit is giving you a message of hope. It is time to see beyond and not allow the past to taint what could be coming in for you in the future. You do deserve love and happiness, and especially you deserve to have your emotional needs met, for sure. If someone's not meeting your emotional needs, it's important to make that clear to them. I also think that at the end of the month, you will be able to take a higher perspective on who your true friends are in life, and who really cares about you, and you're being encouraged to lean into those partnerships and not invest in people that aren't meeting your emotional needs, unless of course you can communicate that to them, and then that can turn around. Oracle of the Seven Energies. They wanted me to utilize the bottom of the decks for some, but not for others, okay? That's why I don't have the bottoms of all 4 oracle decks out. They said this is important for this deck, but at the bottom of the deck wasn't important for other messages, okay? But we have 40, the land in between, and 41, a higher perspective. 36 is at the bottom of the deck, seeing beyond. Wow, endless possibilities, okay? I do feel like, Capricorn, that some of you are in some kind of land in between right now. You may be going through some kind of a transition. For some of you, that is health. For some of you, it is a transition from one relationship to another. You're not quite at your destination, but you are no longer where you were before. Allow for a transitional time in your life to give you a higher perspective and see beyond into the future. See beyond your current circumstances in particular. I do think you have some psychic abilities that are heightened. Our psychic intuition is not the same as our instincts. Those are happening in our body for sure, but you're being asked to take a higher point of view at this time. Survey everything in your life at the present moment, and not only the present moment, but the near future, even the distant future. I do think you are trying to tap into the future. I do think you would like to hear from your future self. You can do exercises, especially if you do tarot. You can ask for messages from your future self and also from your guides to give you a higher perspective at this time. I see a lot of surveying for you at the moment. You have a lot of wisdom, and I believe that if you take a higher perspective, it can help you get to where you're trying to go faster. I do think that what you need to know is beyond your present moment. What's beyond your present moment is endless possibilities. I'm glad I looked 2 cards down. I knew there was a reason they wanted me to keep the bottom of the deck out to show that. But your astrology activations at the end of November are Scorpio and the moon. Check your moon placement. If you have Scorpio in your chart, check out where it falls and look at the strengths and weaknesses. With Scorpio and the moon together, This is a very powerful time for you emotionally. You may be grappling with some deep emotions. The moon does represent our unconscious, sensitive, and inner remote emotions and responses. But with Scorpio coming out with the moon, I kind of get the sense that you may be struggling at the end of the month to express your inner emotions and your sensitivity. You are being asked to be aware of your unconscious feelings, feelings that you're having that you're not fully aware of. There are a lot of feelings and emotions we have that we're not fully aware of. And also tap into the way you respond to things emotionally. But Scorpio is intense. It's masterful. It's thoughtful. It's very charming. But it's also secretive and possessive. Watch out for being secretly possessive right now. You may be feeling very emotional about something or someone that you struggle to admit to yourself that you might not want to share this person or this situation, or even your feelings or your ideas with others. You may be communicating with others in a more passive and subtle way where you're trying to draw people to you. And yet when they arrive, it's still hard for you to express. This is just something that you're grappling with right now. Scorpio desires loyalty. I mean, one of my sayings for Scorpio is no man gets left behind on my watch. So I do think that a lot of you need loyalty right now. I think a lot of you need emotional support and TLC at the moment. But I can also see that you're not willing to wear that on your name tag or on your sleeve. There is quite a bit of emotional depth to you. Some of you Scorpio is dark mother. So Scorpio season is ending for you with a bang, and you might be hanging on to it a little bit. Sagittarius season coming in may feel a little uncomfortable for you. It's like right at the end of Scorpio season here at the end of November, you just are starting to get in touch with your sensitive side and the way you really truly feel about some things. But it may be difficult for you to open up. Allow yourself to go deep at this time. But be mindful of how you're expressing your true feelings and your needs. Also be mindful again of what you keep secret and why, and what you're possessive of and why. I think you may have some complicated and even confusing emotions at this time, in particular surrounding how you feel about yourself and intimate relationships for sure. Yeah. And I think it might be because there's like a lack of movement for you here with the land in between. This is sort of like a meandering and a lingering, slowly moving towards something. But as you get in touch with your higher perspective and see beyond, it could really help you get in touch with how you really feel about so many things in your life, where you're getting what you want and need versus where you're not getting what you want and need. This could also be this could be a signal for you to, hey, take a higher perspective. There could be a person in your life that is struggling to be open with you about their feelings. And if that's the case, I feel like the Colette Baron Reid Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck is going to give you some good advice. Dog and Lion Spirit came out for you. Buffalo is at the bottom of the deck. These two are kind of talking together. Dog Spirit and it came in the upright. So all of them in the upright, so you don't need the protection message. Be loyal to what you love. And also be generous of spirit. If you can give anything right now, Capricorn, it's generosity of spirit. Being compassionate and generous like Leo does here. You are being asked to be generous of spirit, more so than monetarily or through action, just of spirit. Well, however that resonates for you and however you manifest that. And be loyal to who you truly love and what you really love. Don't cling to something that's not where there's no reciprocity. Look for reciprocity in relationships. Also, with Dog Spirit and Lion Spirit coming out, you might be being asked to give some other people in your life a bit of grace. Dog Spirit does talk about and speak of allowing others to change and grow. You know, that old high school friend or that person you knew when you were 13 isn't going to be the same anymore 20 years later. Allow people to be their true selves, and allow people to change and grow. There can still be loyalty between yourself and another. You might be being asked to be giving at this time and loyal at this time when you're not really sure if that's what you want to do or not. If you can be generous of spirit, there may be a reward in it for you, is what I'm hearing. Also, Buffalo, the abundant universe will provide. Some of you are worried about making ends meet or having enough resources. Spirit is coming in to remind you, you can be generous and loyal in a situation, even if there's not going to be a payout for you. The universe will take care of you. The universe will provide for you. Some of you will be concerned about, again, resources at the end of the month. The universe is just reminding you, we'll take care of you. It's all going to be okay. I'm also hearing that some of you need to let the best parts of yourself out with Scorpio and the moon. You might be afraid there will not be a payout of some kind if you do that, or you will not get a reward for that. Spirit saying you will. You'll get what you need. I'm also hearing, I just heard that song. That's an old song by the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but if you try, you will get what you need. Some of you are being reminded to default back to the people or situations that have always been there for you. They need your generosity as much as you need theirs right now, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's important. In order to maintain peace, this is your advice for how to stay in your own lane and nurture your own peace from this great deck I bought from a local artist, Minding My Business and Nurturing My Peace. How do we stay in our lane? How do we mind our own business? How do we nurture our own peace from within? Two messages came out for you. Manifestation is one of them. Manifest what you want by planning, networking, and doing it. Share your dreams with others. Now with Scorpio coming out in the moon, you may struggle to do that. You may be afraid that once you let something out of the bag and you, I feel like some of you don't want to network right now. You want to keep quite a bit to yourself. Spirit saying, well, that might not help you manifest, because moving in silence doesn't get you where you want to be. It keeps you from getting the help and support that you need. You are in control of who you surround yourself with, but we're not in control of those people. So you are who you hang with. You may feel like you can't open up because you've been maybe investing in the wrong people or the wrong situations, and you might be keeping a lot to yourself. Capricorn, it's time to plan and network and do the damn thing. There are some things you're going to have to share. And if you surround yourself with the right kind of people, you're going to get support. You're going to get support, and the Scorpio energy does want support. So keeping it all to yourself and the silence that can come with Scorpio is not going to get you what you want and need. I can also hear with Lion Spirit coming out, some of you have been very tight-lipped and have not wanted to open up to a person. I'm not hearing full-on stonewalling, but there's been maybe kind of a beef or a gripe between yourself and someone else. That's not helping the situation. Something does need to change. Take the higher perspective and it'll move you from point A to point B. Also, I loved this one too. Think about ways you have invested in yourself. What books, podcasts, trainings, networking, two cards with the word networking on it, events, etc., have helped you to be who you are. Do you need to revisit those things? What can you do to build off of those experiences and relationships? Oh, you're being asked to do a little bit of review here, Capricorn. You're being asked to revisit any inspiration you've had in your life that helped you be a better version of yourself, helped you be who you are today. This is like, what was that one class, your junior year in high school or in college, and that one professor that really significantly impacted you? What about that podcast or that book you read that like was mind-blowing and changed your life, or even an activity? Go back, network with those events, those trainings, those books, anything that helped you be who you are today and the best version of yourself. You may need to revisit it, because those were things that you're being asked to build off of those experiences and relationships again. You might be being asked to go back to a situation where there was a lot of loyalty and a lot of reciprocity. You can go back and build off of that for sure. Oh, I love that for you. Those are both two good pieces of advice. So there's going to be a lot of communication at the end of the month. You may be really trying to come into alignment with someone quickly, or they may be trying to come into alignment with you. Pay attention to texts, emails. There could be a possibility of coming into alignment with someone, but I don't know if that will happen in the 3D. You and another person look like you might be on very different pages at this time. Keep in mind, this could be a romantic partner, a family member, a friend, or someone in your life. They wanted a little bit more cards for you guys than I had been doing for the other zodiac signs, but I took it. So you're seeing yourself as the moon, the Four of Swords, and the Star. The way you're feeling is the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. And your action is the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. That's your energy here. Some of you have a younger person in your life. This might be one of your children as well with the Knight of Pentacles. If one of your kids is an earth sign, teenager, young adult. Because I'm seeing potentially children here showing up in your reading with the Six of Cups, this Page, and this Knight, or younger people. With the moon, the Four of Swords, and the Star, again, the moon twice here, heavy emotion. There is a confusion. Things are not as they seem for you. You are trying to get in touch with untapped hidden potential within yourself. You are trying to get in touch with your deeper emotions. But it is a time of confusion. With the Four of Swords, some of you have been ill, under the weather. You're still recovering, but the Star does bring a message of hope. Some of you are very hopeful for something, despite the fact that there's been a lot of confusion and maybe even illusion and not a lot of action. Give yourself time to heal and come into alignment with your soul. I'm also hearing that some of you may dream about a deceased loved one. A deceased loved one may try to communicate with you in your sleep and in your dreams, trying to bring you a message of hope and healing. Watch out for holding out hope and clinging to a situation. I'm not seeing a clinging so much here, but holding out hope for a situation while you haven't put any action into it and someone else hasn't either, and there's been a lack of clarity. There may be some radical acceptance that's needed for you, and that might be very emotional for you. But I do think that you are on some kind of a healing journey. But right now, it seems like the past might be really haunting you, because the way you feel is the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. I definitely think it's time to come out of a hermit mode. You do seem guarded. You do seem worn down. I think you're spending a lot of time searching your own soul and doing self-analysis. And during that time, you will have a lot of fond memories. I see a lot of soul searching and nostalgia here for you. But I don't know that it's serving you. Because what it's doing is it's making you feel kind of disappointed here. And it's making you struggle to step outside of a comfort zone. We've got the Page of Cups, and this is the after tarot where, look, that little fish just dropped out. The Page of Cups is like, maybe it can be a child, but it can be a little apology, or you wanted to explore something emotionally, but you didn't get the opportunity, or that's not happening. He's like, man, I lost my fish. And there is a sadness and a disappointment. I see, though, that you struggle to move past this. You may be in a scenario right now where you've gotten a little too comfortable in a routine, and yet you may feel as though you're struggling to shake things up and move forward. You may be hanging in there in a situation, really holding out hope that something will change with a person, but you keep being met with disappointment. It may be time to move on from something. You may feel like you're waiting for something, but it's not making you feel good. Again, watch out what you're hopeful for and why, because you have someone in your energy that is not taking things as seriously as you are, and they're not, well, I think life is just hitting them in kind of a different way than it's hitting you. Watch out for getting comfortably numb in a scenario, because the person in your environment, they see themselves as the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Tower. My goodness. This person has a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of Aries energy. This person sees themselves as kind of a rebellious force of nature. I do see that this person acts from a place of worry and anxiety, but I also see that that worry and anxiety leads to impulsivity and massive change in their life with the Tower. Keep in mind, things could be opposite and roles could be reversed. Some of you really want to move forward and explore something, but you know it would mean massive change for you, and you'd have to do things differently, because this Knight of Wands reacts to life and responds to life very differently than the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you are being forced outside of a comfort zone, and in doing so, you're going to leave like memories behind that were creating a staleness for you, is what I hear. Some of you do have a new opportunity that could be coming in. But either that, or we've got this person here who's just like, woo, like they're a bull in a china closet. They are rebellious. They are passionate. They want to prove themselves. They're going to carve their way in the world. They do see themselves as the Tower. And it's like they worry, but it's not stopping them from being a little on the wild side and passionate side. I'm seeing a lot of pent up energy for a person. The way they're feeling right now is the Knight of Cups, Judgment, and the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of Scorpio here. This person may be very idealistic. They also may be very emotionally creative. They also have a sense of idealism. They may want to recapture something. They may feel like, despite the anxiety, a breath of fresh air is coming in for them, and there's this sense of renewal for them and a rebirth for them that could lead them towards a new opportunity. You look a little bit stuck in the past. So you're not having the same response that this person is to life. Their action is the Seven of Cups, the King of Wands, and the World. I'm hearing if it's a woman, she is ready to go, and she's looking for a person that might be very different from you. If it's a masculine, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, the world is theirs, and they're on top of the world. They're ready to go through a new portal. If it's a masculine, he could be a fire sign with Scorpio in his chart. Again, I'm sensing a lot of Mars energy and a lot of Aries energy. This person is a grand visionary. This person does want to put themselves first. I mean, the King of Wands can be great. They can be a very forgiving, benevolent leader, but they're very inspiring. They're very passionate. Again, the grand visionary with a very strongly defined sense of self. Not always the most sensitive person. Wants to inspire others and has a lot of choices to explore. This person has a lot of choices to explore. If you're both single and you're trying to come into alignment for a relationship, this person may not be 100% ready to commit. And know that they have a very wild and rebellious side and a very idealistic side. They are wanting a new opportunity to come in, and they really, when it comes in, they want to be able to feel it in their gut. They may have gone through some kind of a massive change recently. This person will express in a very big, obvious way. They are not subtle. But they might not be giving you what you want and need entirely at this time, and that may be disappointing you. I suspect where you are in life and your communication styles could be vastly different. Also, your energy levels could be a little different too. And you look like you might be a little bit more haunted by your past than this person is. Yeah. There will be communication between the two of you, something about equal give and take or needing something, strength, and the Hierophant and the Chariot. This could be family. This could be family. A family visit could be coming in for you. It will take you strength. This person may want to engage with you, Capricorn, but they also want a lot of freedom. They need a lot of room to express and look for other things in their life as well. So, yeah, I don't know how on board the two of you will be for a romantic connection at this time. I mean, because they could see value and merit in what you're trying to give them, because I see this Knight of Pentacles like handing this person something, and it's like this person's very busy dealing with their own idealization and it's very in and out, but then Judgment to the Ace of Pentacles is, hey, Capricorn just handed you a really good offer. And this person will be like, as long as it serves me, as long as it serves me. I'm also hearing that some of you have a Capricorn in a different placement than your sun, rising, moon, or Venus. And it may be time to move into a more passionate, fiery energy instead of just sitting here thinking about your past and being moody and dreaming about something. This may be about taking action and moving forward with confidence. The portal is safe for you to move through. Be very mindful and constantly check like stuff on LinkedIn and your email, because this could have to do with career and a relocation for you. Yeah, they're pulling back and they're telling me to stop. I don't want to stop, but they're telling me to pull back, that I've delivered the most important messages. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, Capricorn, that's the end of November. I hope it resonates and I hope it helps. Again, link to my website for private readings is down in the description below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Cap. Take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.